I was asked by Ruth a couple of weeks ago, can I come and talk about the cloud? And I went, yeah, that's what I do. I do the cloud. I'm a cloud collaboration sort of guy. I'll come and talk about the cloud. And as I got closer and closer to talking about the cloud, I realised that it is what it is. It's steam. It's something you can't really put your hands on and describe. It's not something that I really would like to stand up and say, this is the cloud. Here's a lump of cloud, and I will describe it to you. So what you're going to get now is, as some of the people on Twitter may have noticed, I started a presentation. I do a few presentations to organisations about the cloud, and after my epiphany, I may not do those anymore. And I dumped it all last night and said, right, I'm going to do something completely different. So prepare yourself for the ride. I am. I'm yours for 20 minutes. A few of those pictures people may know, may not. I use a lot of little icons to say who I am. My name is Mike Riversdale. I work for a company called Riversdale, down the bottom there. And essentially what we do is, and I'm going to have to change this after this presentation, we do cloud collaboration. We help organisations move their teams from siloed organisations and their companies to working with the cloud. God knows what that is now. And breaking down the boundaries. Our technology that we use, so that you are all aware that I do have a very large G running through the middle of me, is Google Apps. So a lot of what you hear, if I say Google more than 20 times, please put your hand up and say, that's enough, thank you. Could you now name something else? I've been doing this sort of stuff, these presentations, for about 5 years now. And when I first started, everyone said, what's cloud collaboration? Don't know, hadn't made that up. It was Web 2.0 back then, in the olden days. And well, I normally started off with a presentation that says, in the old days we had Web 1.0, and there was a screen that we all used to go to. And as I was sitting there last night going, oh, just throw out the old presentation, I suddenly went, bollocks. In fact, that was what I was listening to at the time. It's so boring to talk about technology. Great, bunch of geeks, a whole lot of developers. I'm really, really sorry, but it's really boring to talk about technology. So I stopped and said, I don't care about the technology. I actually don't care necessarily about computers. In fact, a lot of people, when they work with me, go, the most common thing they hear me say is, fucking hate computers. Because they never do what I want them to do. So I started again. And I was in a bit of a black mood, so sorry, we went from white to black. Does that look better in black, by the way? That's easier to read. So right, I'm just going to write stuff. This is what we can talk about, cloud. So we're all going to come up with what it means. And how many people are you? 30 people? Something like that, 30 people? We're all going to come up with ones. It's all going to be 30 different ideas of what the cloud is. I'm going to say, it's yours. It's ours, it's everyone's, it's everywhere. It's on your mobile. I heard someone talk about that just a minute ago, actually, saying about iPhones and we write stuff on phones. That's the cloud. Welcome to the cloud on your phone. It's changing as fast as hot snot. That's a very British phrase. I didn't know if anyone knew what that meant, but it's changing really quickly. That's what I'm trying to say there. It's the most important thing about this, though, is it's changing everything. Not your computers, not the way that you work, but society. It's changing governments, it's changing everything. And that's the point I want to get through to everybody. It's changing the way we live our lives. And finally, do you care? Do you care about the cloud? Do you care about any of this stuff? You're students, you probably don't care, do you? No? Direct question. Look down, I do. Don't pick on me. So the cloud. Come on, anyone got a definition of the cloud? The internet? The web? What is it?
A collection of stuff.
A collection of stuff? I go with that. Yeah. Collection of things?
Connected collection of stuff.
A connected collection of stuff, yeah. Get in there.
Skynet.
Sorry? Skype?
No, Skynet.
Skynet. Google equals Skynet. Almost. Skynet? The cloud. My definition of the cloud, it's a marketing term that we're really happy with at the moment. Was Web 2.0 last year. It's cloud computing now. Next year, if we're really clever and we can come up with a new one, we'll be well known and famous. Ruth talked about a fantastic conference that we're so lucky to have in this city called Webstock. The cloud is built on the web, and the conference is about the web. If they had waited a couple of years, it could have been called Cloudstock. It's the web, it's the internet, it's everything. Don't get hooked on the word cloud. Really, it's going to go to something else next week. The first thing about this thing called the cloud is it's ours. That's where my wife said, no, you can't say that. So I had to put the little things in. It's our cloud. Currently, there is a drive from lots of angles to change that. And we're hearing about the change to say that you cannot access the cloud, the information out there, in the way that you want. We talk about access to the cloud a lot. People talking about cutting off access. Does anyone know what ACTA is? ACTA? There's your homework. Go to a search engine of your choice and type in ACTA and educate yourself about what ACTA is. It is a drive, personally, this is what I believe, to change the way and to remove the fact that it is our internet. It's nobody else's. To be fair, it started off as theirs, they being American government, I suppose, the American military, but they that created it for everyone. So it's ours. From a development point of view, it's also more to say that it's yours to develop on. The way I look at this is it's not just ours to access, and that's nice. Newspapers are ours, we can go and get them and read them, and they're ours. But that's not the truth. The truth is that it's theirs and they give it to us. The internet, the cloud, is ours to do what we want with. And you as developers can do what you want with it. Now in Wellington we have some fantastic companies doing some fantastic things with it because they want to do things with it. So it's not just about us being able to access it and it's ours to get at it. It's about ours to use and to develop and grow as we see fit. It's that fundamental. It's everywhere. I suppose it's in the room as we speak. Going through the Wi-Fi stuff and the radio gizmo. I love technology. It's everywhere. For most people at the moment. It's more everywhere in America and Europe. It's here in New Zealand, everywhere if you happen to be in the five degree flips, what are they called? There's 5 main centres where the weather all occurs. That's how I always think of it, it's the 5 that get the weather. But if you're not in those 5 centres, it's not actually everywhere for a lot of people. It should be everywhere. There's also, going back to that access of saying, it's everywhere, it's ours at the moment, but there is a drive to say that it's not everywhere for certain people. And that's that thing called net neutrality. Does anyone know what net neutrality is? So we've got ACTA, then we've got net neutrality. That's the 2 things you're going to type into Bing Bong Bang.
Is that like CityLink? It's just a net. You do what you want.
Net neutrality. Net neutrality means it doesn't matter who you are. When you click on a particular thing, and I always use YouTube, I go, I want to watch that YouTube. It's available. There's no copyright taken down. It comes to me at the same speed as the fact that I've gone to a Telstra-hosted TV station. It comes at the same speed. There is a drive to say, I pick on Telstra, I have no basis of truth in this, I'm just picking them because that's who I use, that they say, well, this is our stuff. We should have greater rights, greater priority to put our traffic down because we dug up the roads and put the wires in. So when you click on your YouTube, it comes down slower than the things that they have. They prioritise the traffic. That's not net neutrality, of course. So it's not just about it's everywhere at the moment and some people can't get it because they're up a hill. It's also not necessarily everywhere if that sort of thing changes it. If